Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be making or using the Into the Wild Decollage collection, which has got some fantastic decollage sets in here. So I'm going to be using the Unforgettable Day with the elephants. So I'm going to be doing a 10 by 7 card, but in tent fold style, and I'm going to be using a bit of the mirror card, which I'm going to cut down to a 10 by 7, not 10 by 7, so it'll be 2 notches under the 10, 2 notches under the 7. So that needs to be 2 notches. Let me just get this the right way around first. This is where all my measurements go wrong when I'm doing big cards like this, because I want that to be that way. And that needs to be, that's 10 that way. That needs to be 2 notches under the 10. Like that. And then turn this around, 2 notches under the 7. For my base layer. I'm just going to go onto there. I'll double check that in a second. And then I've got the bit of cardstock that I've got under here. So I'm going to cut this one this way, which is just to make sure I'm doing it right again. So that's got to be 7 that way. So it's 7 and 4 notches under the 7. So I'm going to be using the old elephant on this bit. That way. Put that over there. And then 4 notches under the 10 this way. So it's going to cut off this bit here. Like so. That can go over there. That's ready to go on. So I'm going to put my trimmer out of the way. And then I'm just going to do my layering for the card. And I'm just going to make sure I'm putting my all-purpose glue onto the back of my card. And a bit of tacky glue in the corners. I'm going to turn my mirror card over. I'm sorry if I blind you with it. So that I can put this onto there. Give it a good press down. And I can go ahead and stick this onto the card itself. Tacky glue in these 4 corners again. Make sure I've got my card up the right way, which I have. Turn this around, bring my card a bit closer to me, and then push that onto there. Press it down, bit of glue splurged out. There we go, and that's that bit. So I'm just going to put that to the side, and then I'm just going to pull out my elephant base. And you do get sentiments on there wishing you a unforgettable day. It's got a border there, and it's also got a happy birthday border as well. And on the back of these I've already pre-framed them up to save time. So I'm just going to pull one layer out at a time, and I'm just going to decoupage this up. This is the bit that takes the longest, is peeling all these backings off. So these foam pads are just, I don't know what dimension they are or what millimetres they are. I know they're not very fat, they're very thin foam pads. And these are left over from my candles that I made. Just going to place that onto there, and hopefully it's in the right place, which it seems to be. Just hold that up and have a look. Yeah, that's perfect. So then the next one is this one at the bottom here. I mean, if you don't like using every single layer of the decoupage, you don't have to, but I do like using all the dimension and on these decoupage kits. And just make sure you poke out the bits that are there that they show you to poke out, and some of them they have little extra hidden pokey bits to come out. Again, just taking these backings off. I mean, these cards do take a long time to put together, so I went ahead and put all the foam pads on the back of these before I started filming. It. Yep, there. So I'm just going to put a bit of tacky glue on these again, just to give me a bit of like wriggle with it, just in case I don't get placement perfect. Oops, just not fell over. Not me, the glue. So just going to go ahead and place this one onto there. So, let the next bit, just the foam pad come off on that one. It's a bit closer to the edge than I thought. Sort that out in a minute. Oh, maybe not. Go without that one. I'm just going to pull these foam pads off again. Like so. Done that one already. I think that's it. Just going to bring this a little bit closer to me so I can actually get this in the right place. I mean, these decollage kits, they have quite a bit of elements to these. A lot of dimension. You don't have to use every single bit of this if you do not wish to. Some of the smaller ones you don't have to put on there if you really don't want to use them, if you find them too tricky. Sometimes I find them slightly tricky when they get really small, because they're a little bit harder to place. Okay, so a bit more tacky glue on this one, just again to help with my placement. I don't think I've missed any of the other elements, no. Just checking before I place this one down that I hadn't missed another layer off. So that one goes onto there. And then we have baby on his own, or on her own. Just pull that one out. So just bear with me a second, because I'm just going to place a little foam strip. Hopefully these are not too bad, and I'm just going to stick something to his legs or her legs so that it sticks down a little bit easier and stays in place rather than moving around. So hopefully now this little baby elephant should go on there and stay in place. Just going to manipulate that around the corner there like so. Make sure it's stuck down. Pull the backs off when I can get them off. Sometimes these little strips are a little bit awkward to get the backs off. Come on. Yeah, got it. Got that one. Got that one. Now for this awkward bit on her trunk or his trunk. No, you're not going to come off, are you? Where is my pokey tool? There we go. That was a little bit better using that. Just going to line them up, hopefully. There we go. Just move my scissors out the way. Now we've got a female bit of her trunk. I'm going with a female. It might not. It could be daddy elephant, not mummy elephant, but most of the time it's mummy elephants that walk around with their baby elephants. So this one I'm going to place down. Oh, I'm just going to put a bit of tacky glue just for a bit of wriggle on these pads. Then we do have a few more elements on there, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to, I might use the other elephant bit over there, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to put them onto this bit here or whether I'm going to put them onto the bit that's still onto the card itself, onto this bit here. So that's that. Move that out of the way because I don't need that at the moment. I've got a few rocks. Placing the rocks is probably the hardest thing to do. I'm just going to put this baby elephant trunk on because it's the only bit that's not a rock. Just going to pull that off. It's got its back leg and its trunk with its ear. I'm just going to place that down there. So that's that bit finished. And then I've got a few rocks. Some of them have got foam pads on, all of them. I think there's a couple of small ones that I didn't actually put any foam pads on because I couldn't even get the foam pad to go on there. And these little rocks I am going to place on here. I'm just going to get my tweezers when I find them. I'm just going to place a little bit of tacky glue on this, just to help with me get it in the right place. I don't actually know. Oh, I think that one goes onto there. I could put too much tacky glue on that one, but it will dry pretty quick. Just going to pull that one off. Oops, let me put that in my cup. Just going to figure out where this one goes. Where do you go? Do not actually know where you go, what you've moved. Okay. No, you don't go down there. Where do you actually go then? Don't know where you go. No, maybe you do go on that one. It's not that rock's not on that one. Okay, so we'll put you on there because you seem to want to go on that one. Oops. What are you? Don't really know what you are. Well, I think you might be this bit. Yeah. Nope, I can't get the backing off of that one, so it's going to have to stay there. That one's come off pretty quick, pretty simple, pretty easy. So where do you go then? You go on that one, so you might actually go onto there, like so. And I've got you. These backings on these little tiny ones are so awkward to get off. Just bring in my tweezers again. I'm not sure where you go either. Sometimes when you're doing these decollage, I don't actually know where some of these pieces actually go. It's hard to tell looking at this. You definitely don't go on there, do you? I'm not part of the elephant. Where do you actually go? I don't know. It's another bit I don't know where it goes. There's not much else on here that I'm probably going to use because I don't know where half of this goes, to be fair. I think you might go there actually. Oh, you're alright, I found out where you go. So we can use you if I can get that off. You actually go there. That was easy, wasn't it? That bit was. I don't actually know where this one goes, but so let's see if I can figure it out. Oh, I don't know what you are. What are you? I don't know. Okay, Oh, I don't know where he goes. I think it might be a tusk, but because I think the other tusk's up there, and this is another bit of, I didn't put any sticky pads on that one, so I think that is all for that one. And I just got the sentiment. I don't know if I'm going to go with that one for someone special, or if I'm going to take one off of the main sheet that I had, which is this one, which is wishing you an unforgettable day. So I'm going to pull that out for this minute, just have a little placement around, have a little work around, see where I'm going, what I'm doing. I'm going to go that way and put you at the top. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that one up there. We've got these little corner elements if you want to use them. I have a lot of these little corner elements in some of my Whopper Topper books. I don't always use them. So, and then we've got these two borders as well, but I don't know if I'm going to use both of them. I shall have a look and see what I'm going to do, if I'm going to use any or these or not. Just having a little play around with the corner pieces, just to see if I want to use any of them or not on this card. Before I go placing anything down. No, I don't think, I don't know. I'm going to place these down flat, I think. I'm going to use a couple. So I'm just going to place these in, one in that corner. In this corner. I wasn't sure whether I was going to use all four, but I thought I may as well do. I'm going to put that one there. Oops. Straighten it up a little bit. Put that one on there. Oh, that's curled up. I don't think I'm going to use any of these borders. I haven't stuck this down yet. I'm just going to take that off for a minute, and I'm going to find some foam pads. I might finish off these circles so it's the same, more or less the same dimensions all the way around. Just to get rid of this these circle ones, really. Just going to place quite a few on there just to give it a bit of support on that card. The thing with these type of cards, if you're going to post these, they're probably going to cost a bit in postage because they're quite a chunky card. If you're going to make it for somebody handing it to, perfect. Posting wise, you really need to be making cards that are flat, easier to post, unless you can make a box, which I can't at the moment. I've got a box maker, but I've not attempted to make one yet. I might have a go when I have more time to trial things out. I'm just going to see where I need to place this because of the topper, the sentiment rather. That is going to be raised a little bit across there. See, I did want to put that sort of centre, so I think I'm going to stick that there, and then I'm going to use, I don't know if these circle ones are still too big or not for this. No, they fit on there perfect. These are quite good for round sentiments really, but you still get a little bit left over with this kit as well, so just going to put a little bit of tacky glue onto this. So we've got a little bit of wriggle room, just so that you can manipulate this where you want it. I mean, I could have put that across there, but I'm going there. So there we have that card. I don't know whether I'm going to put any gems on this one. I might just leave this one as it is for now. I might decide to put some gems on it later on. So yeah, that's that card done. All I've got to do is put the insert in for that one, which I don't always do on camera. So I'm just going to have a tidy down, and I'll be back in with card number 2, but I won't be doing the other elephant, as you've already seen me do one elephant. I'll come back in with one of the other Into the Wild animals. I'm not 100% sure which one I'm going to pick yet, but you'll see that when I come back in a few minutes. Okay, right, I'm back with my second card. So this one is a relaxing day, so I'm going to be using the sloth one for this one as a card, and I've already pre-foamed the backings onto the decollage. That's the insert for that card, and the card that I'm going to be using is this one, which is a 10 by 7, and I'm going to do it as a Z fold. I'm just going to bring in my scoreboard. And I'm just going to open this up just to make sure that I'm doing it the right way. So this is a 7, so I need to do it at 3 1/2. And this is the large, adorable, Hunkydory adorable scoreboard. Just going to take that out of the way because I don't need that anymore. Need that. I'm just going to fold this back so that it's got the Z fold in there, and hopefully it goes right, which it should fold like so if it stays in place while I burnish it down. so. So it should open like that when stood up. Hoping this bit is straight. It's a little bit off. For some unknown reason it hasn't gone completely straight. Let me get another card, because this is all, these cards are already pre-made. I'm just going to double check to make sure that is 7. So it should be doing it 3.5. Just going to get my pencil just for a minute. Excuse my head if it gets in the way. Just going to put a pencil mark just on that 3.5 point. And I'm going to try this again on that side, on the inches side. Just bring this in. I'm just going to fold that over that way. A lot of the time I do use, just going to line this up with the 3.5 groove, which is there. Just going to place my tool in the groove. I can rub the pencil mark off. I'll burnish this down. That's better. The other card I will use for another card. Okay, so that one's folded better. So it'll stand as a Z, like that. And this is a gold edge on all of the decollage. And I did have a gold. Did I get a piece? Let me just grab a piece of gold mirror from my stash over here. See if I can get another bit for the inside. To put the insert onto as well. I might have to grab another bit for the, no, it might be alright actually, 2 pieces. So we know that the length is 10, but it's only 3.5 wide, so go 3.5 and then you go 2 notches under the 3.5, make sure it's lined up on your trimmer, and then we cut down the 3.5 mark, put that bit to the side. Normally I'd turn this over this way so that it does not blind you from my light reflecting on it, and then cut that off. Just bring the card in to check. Every time I cut a piece of card it goes wrong. You silly kiddo. Silly Billy. So that's 3.5. I think I've done it at 3.25. That's 3.5. There. 2 notches under 3.5 is there. Okay. And then 2 notches under the 10 again. I'll get it right this time. 2 notches under the 10. Which is there. That should be the better piece now for this side of the card. Just going to take another smidge off of that. Just double check. If that's better. Let's put that to the side over there for a minute. Bring this one in, and I'm going to use this bit, maybe. I'm done with my gold bit now. I've lost it. Right, that's the bit I need. Put that there to the side. So now, what I'm going to try and do, because I'm doing it, I don't know if I'm going to do a Z fold now. Let me have a look. Because my card's not quite big enough. I might have to go, have a look. I might have to go a little bit smaller, because this is not as high as that. So it's not going to quite go as a Z, it's not going to fit that well. Okay, so I'm going to cut this card down to an 8, I think, so it's going to be a 7 by 8. So just bear with while I cut this down to 8. I might have to give it a couple of goes through this trimmer. I don't think it'll cut all the way through on this card. Just going to trim a bit of that off so that I can get it through the trimmer. And then I'll turn this over, hopefully put it back on there to the 8. Line it up, and hopefully I'll cut it so that bit gets cut off, and we have a smaller Z card, which hopefully this cardstock should fit there perfect then. Yep. So now it's an 8 by 7 now. So I want this bit. This is going to be the outside. I'm going to go with this, I think, the trunk, the tree rather, not the trunk, the tree. So I'm going to put the tree on this side rather than using the slough. And I need that to be. So it needs to be 8. That way. So that bit needs to come off the top there. 2 notches under the 8. Actually, it needs to be 4 notches under the 8. So I'm going to cut another 2 off. And then this way it needs to be 7. 4 notches under the 7, which is there. Right, so no, 3.5 it's supposed to be. Actually, I've done that wrong, so what I'm going to do is that's going to be the insert now on the inside, because I forgot that I was using not the slough on the left hand side, but we will go, so this is 7, so it needs to be, it's 8 that way, 7 that way, 8 that way. So 8, so it needs to be 2 notches under the 8. Which we have now. So that's that bit. Let's come back to this one. That's 7 by 8. So 2 notches under that 8 this way, and 2 notches under the 7 this way, and then that should be the mat and layer for the inside, which is that bit. Look at that, that and that, that and that. And that, and then see what we can master up with this one. I'm going to try and keep most of the slough on there. So what I'm going to do on this one is, actually I'm not going to use that bit. I'm going to get just a plain bit of green, which I've got somewhere. Let's see what colours I've got. I've got loads of different colour greens. Just trying to find one that's going to match that green I've got there. I think one of these might actually match the green inside there. It's not too far. So we're going to go with this piece here. And I'm just going to cut that one down. So that way is 8, which that bit will do. So so if I do that 3 that way, it's 3.5, and I'll do 4 notches under the 3.5, which is there. And then I'll do this one at 4 notches under the 8. And then that should be this bit for this bit. So I'm just going to have a little bit of a build up on this one. Going to come in with my tacky glue. I mean my all-purpose glue, sorry, not my tacky glue. So I'm going to come in and place this one down. Same again at this bit, all-purpose glue. Butterfingers. Bit of tacky glue in them corners. Stick that down. All-purpose glue again for the inserts are in the inside of the card. And this gold mirror is Hunkydory as well. And then we come back in with the card from that kit. Same again, all-purpose glue, and tacky glue just in them corners. And place that down onto the mirror. Give it a good press. And then we have the making of our card. I think this one's moved slightly. See if I can manipulate it a little bit. There we go. That's better. And then I'm going to pull out this top a bit. And then it's going to have a relaxing day on there, and that one says, I don't know what that one actually says. Oh, be happy. Couldn't see what it said for a minute. So we still have this little bit of card here, sloth, which would make another card if I decided not to use all the decoupage on the sheet from this one. And then, so I'll probably end up doing this layer. And I might use that other card that I messed up earlier, just to use up the last of this. I mean, these cards are such really time consuming when you're making videos. It seems to take like ages and ages to take all these backings off on these decoupage pieces. I'm going to come back in with a bit of tacky glue. I don't normally use tacky glue on the backs of these, but as I say, I watched this other lady on YouTube called Sybil Jane's concoctions, and I keep calling her connections, and she uses this same method, which is where I got the method from in the first place, from watching some of her fabulous YouTube videos of her Hunkydory card making. That's where I got all my inspiration from. So if you do like what you see on my channel, then please do go and have a look at Sybil Jane concoctions as well. Excuse me while I have a drink, get a dry mouth. Right, let me have a look to see what I'm doing next. So I'm going to go in with this bit here. Excuse me. Wasn't lining up very well, that one. Butterfly. There we go, that's better. Okay, next I'll go in with this one. Which is his other hand. I'll put it on the right way. He's not upside down. And then I'll look again. I'm going to leave one of them butterflies to go on this other one, the other bit. Oh, drop that one. Let's pick him up. And pull these off. There we go. I think this one is for this one. Maybe not. I think this one is for the tree. One butterfly that is on the tree. Oh, I didn't put any tacky glue on that one. Doesn't matter. Next, what else am I going to put on this one? Yeah, I'm going to have to use these greeneries up on this one because the other card does not have any. The other cardstock that I have left there does not have any greenery like this. Okay, you're not going to come out that easily, are you? I don't want to rip you. These can be a little bit tricky sometimes to get out of the backing sheet. A little bit of gentle persuasion and does the trick. Just taking the backings off of these. The smaller the foam pads are, the harder it is to get these backings off. So this one lines up with this side of the green, like so. Then we're going to bring the other bit of greenery in. Oops. Which goes right up the very top again, I think. Yep. This goes onto here, like so. Then we have this tiny little leaf here. As I say, you don't have to use all of this if you don't wish to. I'm just going to figure out where this one goes, which goes here, just there. And then I'm just going to put a bit of dimension onto his face by using this one. Take them backings off again. And then I'm going to turn that upside down just so that I can line him up, hopefully. There we go. Like so, and I think that's maybe the only bits that I might use for this one. I might put his nose on this one, and then the other few bits that I have left, 4 or 5 bits that I have left, can go onto the other card that I'm going to try and rummage up from the leftover bits that I have left over from this one. Oh, come back here. Glue stuck to my mat. So that is that. Just going to push that out to the side for the minute, move you out of the way, and then bring this sheet back in, because this is going to sit on here like so. So I'm just going to bring in this this bit of border. Like so. I don't know whether I'm going to go, it's not going to go all the way down obviously because it's not that long, but I might do a bit there So I'm just going to cut this kind of in half. Just going to make sure that it is even where I trimmed. Same with the other bit. Just to make sure that it's even. Just take them bits out, put my trimmer down, and then just have a look and see where I want to place them, whether I want to place them either side, like so. Oops. And then place him, I might, and place that there, with a couple of these down in this corner maybe, or whether I'm going to place that and then put that. I might do that. I might place that one there and put the other one at the bottom. That looks like that would work. Just put a bit of tacky glue on there, not a lot, just enough. Just going to bring this back in, just so I know roughly where to place this, so that I can put this topper on in the right place. So it needs to go about there, so that that sits like that. I'm going to have a bit of glue there, but I do have a cloth somewhere. Excuse all the rustling, just so I can get rid of this glue on here. And then I'm going to go onto the other bit, the other side. See if I can line this up with this one. Oops, wrong way around. Like so. And that's going to go on like that, and then this topper, not topper, this sentiment, oops, so that might have to come down just a tad, and the sentiment can go across there. Have a relaxing day. And that's how I'm going to do this one. I'm going to turn that one up that way, find my foam pads, these rectangle ones, place them along this edge, and along there. Put a couple in the middle, just for a bit of stability. I don't think I've gone over too far with these foam pads as to where this is going to go on the card. One more pad I think to take off. Back in. Nope, another one there. Okay, that's all the pads back ends off. Perfect. And do this one. When you're doing cards, you go through a lot of foam pads. It's surprising how many foam pads you actually get through when you're making a card, especially when you're doing decollage or anything like this that's building up a card. You do go through quite a bit. So I'm just going to place that one there, so when he stands up he is standing like so. I don't think I really need to use any of these corner pieces on this card. Although I might just stick that one onto there. I never know what's the best form to use when sticking these little corner pieces down. So I don't really need a foam pad on them. So that's that one done, and I might come in with a few gems on this one because I've got some green ones somewhere on here. Don't really want to put too many on there. I might just come on this bit here with a few gems just to finish that side off. There's one there that's fallen out of the tub already. So I'm just going to put one there, one there, one there, and maybe one there. With that big one at the top, and then oops, again it's jumping out of my tray. I need to see if I've got a medium size because not all of the gems have come out of this one. Okay, that one there. I'm going to go with that one on there. I was going to use a small one, but I put a big dollop of glue. I'm going to go the opposite way with that one. There we go. Oops. Tip them all over the place. Missed one, I better pick that up before I lose it. Put them away. So them gems I got from a lot of people pronounce it Timu. Lost the pin for my oh, there it is. A tacky bottle for a minute. Found it though. Hiding underneath my many foam pads. So, right, that is card number 2 out of that. I'm just throwing something else on the floor, Butterfingers today. So that is card number 2 out of that decollage collection. The sloth and the elephant that I did first off, and these do take a long time to make, so that is the let me just take that one out from there. So that is the 2 cards that I'm making today. So if you do like what you see, please do like my videos and please do subscribe. Until the next time, take care, bye.